Bakir was shot to death on his own driveway at an address on Clifton Downs in the city of Hamilton. We have continued to investigate Marko's murder for nearly 4 years. Today, the Hamilton Police Service Homicide Unit is announcing the arrest of 28-year-old Alessandro Giamicelli of Hamilton for the first-degree murder of Marko Bakir. Giamicelli was also known as Gino or Sandro. Giamicelli was arrested by Hamilton homicide detectives in the city of Thunder Bay on May 18th of this year without incident. Giamicelli is formerly from the city of Hamilton. Giamicelli has already had a brief court appearance via video link in Thunder Bay, and he's since been remanded into custody. We are also charging 25-year-old Abdelaziz Ibrahim of Hamilton with the first-degree murder of Marko Bakir. Ibrahim is currently in custody on unrelated matters. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my thanks to the following police services for their assistance with this investigation, and that is the Greater Sudbury Police Service, the Thunder Bay Police Service, and the Ontario Provincial Police, specifically in the area of Manitoulin Islands, Sudbury, and Thunder Bay. We are continuing to investigate this murder, so if you do have any information that would assist us, I'm encouraging you to contact Detective Robert Deaney at 905-546-3836. This matter is now before the court, so I'm limited in terms of what I can say regarding evidence, but I'm certainly willing to take some questions now.
In February, you released a public appeal for information with the family after you said you received some new information. Can you clarify what that new information was and talk about whether that public appeal led to these arrests?
No, I think the public appeal was important. We had uncovered some new and additional information in relation to this homicide, but specifically that appeal wasn't a direct result of the arrest this week.
The suspects that you've arrested, had they been suspects for a time before? Was it new information that led to them being identified?
I don't think I can comment specifically how long Giamicelli or Ibrahim have been suspects. However, we were sort of closing in on them this year, and so we've made those arrests today. Or sorry, this week, I should say.
Can you comment on whether or not they knew the victim, how they knew the victim?
The victim and Giamicelli were acquaintances. They almost had I would call the relationship friendly at that time. In 2018, they were certainly friends.
In the past, you said, this isn't mob related, this isn't drugs.
Right.
Can you tell us more about what happened? Why
yeah, the motive will remain evidence in this case. So it's a good question, but that's going to be specific to evidence. Like I said, Alessandro Giamicelli and Marko Bakir were friends at the time. Obviously, there was a falling out, but they knew each other. There was no known association between Bakir, the victim, and Ibrahim.
But there was an association between the two suspects. Were they friends?
I won't comment on their relationship together, but I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
How did he end up in Thunder Bay? Was he on the run?
He's been north for some time. He had been living the last couple of years in the Manitoulin Island area, which is why I'm appealing out to people in that area, and we're going to hopefully fan this release out to the Manitoulin Islands, Sudbury, and also Thunder Bay. So he had been there for some time. I won't get into the specifics as to why he was up there. That's where he was. Recently, though, he's moved to Thunder Bay, and that's where we caught up with him and arrested him.
There's two people charged with first-degree murder. Are you alleging two shooters, or?
No. There's one shooter, and I think there's one shooter.
Do you believe that there were more than two people involved, or are you looking for other suspects?
Right now, the two people that we've charged are involved, and I think I will leave it at that. The investigation is ongoing. But I'll leave it at right now. It's fair to say there's two people involved, and those two people have been charged.
Can you say anything more about the suspect's movements before the murder? We know that Marko was shot and he wasn't found for I think a couple of hours after, right? Were they waiting in a car? Is there anything you can to say about?
A vehicle was used in this incident. That was a very cold November. I remember it distinctly. It was extremely cold. Windows were up. There were limited witnesses. So this has been a challenging investigation for us. It's been almost 4 years. But we've stayed with it, and we've been successful here today to at least lay charges and get this matter before the court. The family was quite ecstatic with the phone call that I've made to them recently. I'm going to meet with them later. But it certainly has been a challenging investigation. Now the investigation's ongoing, and we are going to continue to look at perhaps accessory charges to determine, were the accused assisted in any way, and if they were, is it criminal in nature? So that's something we're going to continue to look at.
We've talked before about the settlement that Marko received for the crash before his death, and there was some thought that it may have been more than the motive. Can you clarify that at all?
I think it's fair to say. This was not drug related or weapons related. I think that's fair. It's a financial. There's a financial motive there. Specifically, I won't say get into any more details about that. But certainly wasn't drugs or weapons. It's not organized crime.
I think you said previously it wasn't robbery either, though, right?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I think you said previously it wasn't. It wasn't robbery also.
It was not a robbery. No.
So not organized crime, not drug related,
No.
not robbery, however financially.
There was a financial motive. Jim Michelli and Bakir were friends at the time and knew each other.
And nothing was stolen. Robbery.
It's not a robbery.
Can you tell me more about how the family's dealing with this news? I mean, 4 years waiting to find this out, and then today they get that phone call. Did they know you were close, or was this out of the blue?
I have kept in touch with them over the past 4 years, certainly, as I do with any of our unsolved cases. It's very tasking on the families for sure. Many reach out when we're not able to necessarily solve the case, immediately or quickly. So naturally, many people follow up with us. So yeah, they were thrilled to get the phone call. They were surprised, certainly, and we're going to meet them later this afternoon and answer a few more of their questions, which I'm sure they're going to have many of. But it's. I think it's encouraging, perhaps, for other people out there to know that we stay with these investigations. It's been 4 years. We've solved cases that are 15 years old. I've been involved in that. So I mean, sometimes it takes time, and we got there.
How did Jim Michelli and Bakir know each other?
I won't say specifically, but just they were friends. They weren't longtime friends, but at that time in 2018, they were certainly friendly. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Okay.
Thank you.